Welcome to episode 1541 of the Multifamily Collective. Tonight, let's talk about your level of comfortability or your ability to be vulnerable, your ability to have the humility to put yourself out there into the ether. Let's say the ether is LinkedIn, Instagram, or any other social channel where you might be able to ask for advice. Do you have the wherewithal to get out there? The courage is probably a better way to put that, to get out there into the world and ask somebody their opinion and or their advice in public about how you might do something differently. Let's just pretend for a second that something that you want to do differently is something that is really elementary in nature. And you're attempting to think about it in a different way, or you're attempting to stitch together some different ways to get to an end goal aside from the traditional way to get there. How many of you have the courage to just get out there on LinkedIn and put a question into the ether and run the risk of, oh my goodness, you're like the president of the company. You don't know how to do that? or you can't think through that yourself or whatever. My encouragement to you is just put yourself out there. We live in a world where I believe in my heart of hearts that when people see, especially people in higher levels of responsibility, put themselves out there in a way that is vulnerable. In other words, I don't know the answer to this question, and I'm looking for some advisement. I'm looking for a different way to think. People really latch onto that. They see you as a human being, and they see you as having the same constraints that they do, or you run into the same sort of impediments or hurdles that they do, and you aren't any more versed in trying to get over those hurdles than they are. And it's simply because the world is changing so fast that nobody possesses all the knowledge. There are some very creative people in the world as it relates to thinking through processes, systems, disciplines, routines, and people who have novel thoughts, people who are very good at thinking off the cuff or top of mind, tip of tongue. And it really does behoove you to get out there into the world, but do you have the courage to do it? My encouragement to you today is this: get out there tomorrow, ask a question that may seem elementary in nature, but it is really on the premise that you want to learn something, and or you want to learn how someone else might think about something that seems elementary in nature. So you're looking for a thought process as much as you are a piece of advice or an idea. And for those of you who are scared or nervous that you might be sharing an idea that somebody else will run with, ideas are free, man. You don't have a monopoly, nor do you corner the market on ideas. Ideas are out there everywhere, and people are acting on them all the time. And there is a quite high probability that somebody has already thought of your idea and is already acting on your idea and potentially has already built something as it relates to your ideas. So don't be afraid that you're going to be giving away some sort of institutional knowledge that you won't be able to get back or you won't be able to act on. So that's it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.